All right. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Um, I've been listening, peeping out what's been going on, listening to people's lives while I was working today. Um, um, O'Shea put something on Facebook that was pretty dope. Um, and people was looking at, two major things that I saw happen was these politicians taking a knee with kente cloths on, and then the whole what's up, Ron, and the whole speech about defunding the police, right? And and I saw the activism kick up. There's like 50,000 at another rally, well, at a protest in California. Kicks was happening, and player made, man, was good. And I come to find I like the energy, I like the activism. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but Mr. Edmore, what's up with you? I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I'm proud of my people. Tone was good, but you know, what about after the symbolism though? And when people were tripping about some redneck going off, if you cancel the police force, you have people like me running around with guns. You know what I'm saying? Now what? I'm thinking to myself, or you think like they stopped making them when they gave you yours? Like, shut up, you know. But getting to the meat and potatoes of this, you know, the other thing was they had a viewing of George Floyd's body today out here in Houston, and it was on the news and whatnot. And they went live with it. A lot of people went. A lot of people went. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather. That was a dope casket and everything. I hope it's glad his family. I hope the best for them. I'm glad they gave his Kanye set up a fund for his daughter to go to college. She said she wants to be a doctor, so that's dope. You know, you see people saying Black Lives Matter all of a sudden, and that's what I'm getting at right now is symbolism. See, when I saw those politicians taking a knee, the first thing that crossed my mind was, how old are y'all? Y'all could have done something about this 10, 20, 30, sometimes even 40 years ago. Oh, yeah, shout out to Marcus Brown. He had a panel today, too, that I was listening to. But these politicians, because we want to put everything on right now, put it on the president. And I get it. But these senators, these representatives, these caucuses, have been here for decades. And none of this stuff has really mattered to them. And Edward Anderson said something on Marcus's panel that was, dope. Like he said, one thing Democrats could say is, y'all got all these crime bills because y'all asked us to put bills in place to stop the crime. And that's what they did. It stopped the crime, but it put a lot of black men in jail for an extremely long amount of time. And it also kicked up this policing of the communities of giving people made up probable cause. In my opinion, that's what I thought about when he said it. Vic, what's going on? Yeah, they were wearing kente cloth. What's up, Cynical? But I'm looking at it like, okay, so here's the symbolism. It's symbolism. What up, Nigel? Because let's be honest. So they said that trial gonna take months. So the trial is gonna be like in 3-4 months, right? Or they're gonna start in a couple of months and it's gonna be done in 3-4 months. People assume because of the symbolism and the protests, you assume you're gonna get a jury that's fair. What's up, brother? What it do to you? You assume you're gonna get a jury that's fair. See, you can't pick a jury. How often can you pick a jury that's gonna put a cop in jail for for 20-something years, a life. It's crazy. What's up, Mike? So here's the problem. Not to mention, they reopened the case with Breonna Taylor, right? So who you going? Somebody gonna get prosecuted in Louisville? What you think? What you think they're gonna do to the guys in Georgia with Ahmaud Arbery? What you think? Because after the symbolism, who are these jurors? Since all of these politicians want to take a knee in Black Lives Matter, and all these corporations want to say Black Lives Matter. See, this is the issue that's going on, is the symbolism. Now, ironically, Serena Williams' husband stepped down and said, y'all need to hire somebody Black in this position. Now, here's the problem. That's a dope thing to do, per se. But that don't mean they're going to hire somebody Black. And I don't, and because it's Reddit, you know what I'm saying? But you think they hire a Black man or a Black woman? You never know. What's up, James? Sean, what's going on? But this is the issues that's gonna go on in the near future, because people are thinking, okay, we're gonna get back to white women are usually the majority of a jury. Yeah, pretty much, Tim. So I don't know why people think, you think the jury gonna get this guy the maximum sentence? Because you could prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. But what's the jury gonna say? And if they don't, is the judge gonna allow it? He said, Mike, I'm Black and I'm proud. But this is the issue. And who's gonna get locked up first? Because don't get twisted. Are they gonna have the trials for the other people who got killed, like Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor? Are those trials going to happen before the trial for these cops who killed George Floyd? Because they could set kind of the national precedence. Okay, they gave him 2 years, they gave him 4 years. This guy, we might just give him 10. Because it looks bad, right? Because this is where it goes left. I forgot about Baltimore. My bad. Hold up. So what was that actually? Baltimore, or is it Indianapolis? I gotta shoot. I might be wrong, because I know they protesting out in DC. I know that, but right, that's what I'm getting at, that brother. That's what I'm getting at, because after the symbolism, I think this is where the country is at. Where this is what I have a lot of positive. Normally, I'm pessimistic about things. I have a positive outlook that when this country does what it does, you're gonna see a lot of Black people check out. Like, okay, it's never gonna be fair. It's never gonna be right. No problem. I think that's what we're gonna be at, because after the symbolism. What's up, Tony? After the symbolism, I think people just gonna go back to business as usual. It's nice, and not to say anything about, to a degree, about the protesters who are non-Black, because there are interlopers, or there were interlopers, and there are people, and there are white people and Hispanic people who are figuring out, who have to, because of these protests, they're pseudo living our experience. By the way, people are coming at them just out of the blue, expect them to do this, that, and the third. They down for this one? We gonna find out. We gonna find out, Vic. Because here's the issue. What's up, David? What's up, Taz? Well, they ain't. I don't think they checked out enough yet, though, Taz. I don't think they, because I think it's still that hope that, oh man, we're gonna finally get some fairness. And I'm sitting there like, I don't know about that, player. I don't know about that. You know, all the policemen in Baltimore I got you now. I don't know about, I think people are gonna realize when all this stuff opens back up, and then they gonna have football season, and the NFL gonna be like, oh, you could take a knee now, and the fans, and see, let me go back to that. After the symbolism, this ends when football season starts, or when basketball season restarts, and it's gonna be all this sports activism. Watch how these people act again. It's not. We're gonna be at square one once again. Why you gotta do this? Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta do? Why you gotta? You're ruining my time. How don't you just play? I'm tired of this. I mean, why? Why we gotta talk about these issues all the time? What about black on black crime? What about? I don't understand it. You people, your culture sucks. Okay, okay, all right. Just after all the symbolism, watch people get back to the same old, same old. And that's when people gonna start to go, oh, okay, I'm done. You know, people move. Oh yeah, Corona did take a back burner. You know, and in some ways, it's gonna open up all these cities again. Because if you can have all these protests and nobody's getting sick in the aftermath, they're gonna say, okay, we good now. You know, now if it doubles, now if there's a quarter, if people start getting sick, then it's gonna be like, oh, we gotta shut it down again because those people, messed it up for everybody with their protests, their rioting, their looting. You know, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, Dave. Emmanuel was good. You know, I'm a firm believer. Right. Wow. I'm like you. I don't believe we'll ever get treated fairly. Forget all that. But I look at all the symbolism like, oh, okay. Are you down with me for how long? Exactly. Like when you finna check out. Are you down with me because this is the right thing to do? This is tunnel vision. Because at the end of the day, that's the problem. See, nobody's asking the question, look at whoever is the defense attorneys for those cops are waiting to pick apart this case and use all kinds of hypothetical, theoretical, how did you feel? Was this proper? Oh, you made a mistake. Oh, you didn't know like that. You didn't hear, at best it was this, it's unintentional, blah, blah, blah. And then people are going to start that, well, maybe it's not as bad as it looked. Now that we've had time, a little time has passed and we had a chance to look at it and it's not, it's not as big of a deal. And, the right thing to do right now, I've heard, so yeah, it's the right thing to do. Now, we understand that there were things that happened prior to this and, oh man, he cheated at Monopoly 5 years ago. So yeah, the art of misdirection. Exactly. And then people are going to go, oh, okay. And the same thing going to happen with Breonna Taylor because they don't really I don't think they have an officer to arrest because it was like a no-knock warrant. So guess what? You're not going to say who shot who because you never did a count. So how can those cops go to jail for murder if you can't say who shot who? Oh, we don't know who shot because it's not the military. You're not counting the bullets like that. You're not saying, oh, such and such fired this shot and these are the ones with the fatal shots. You're not really doing that. This is the problem. They said we saw Rodney King. I mean, we saw when they killed Tamir Rice, it was, it was what it was. What's up, Art, man? What's happening? When they killed the kid, come on. If it took for people to say George Floyd, he cried out for his mother, and now all of a sudden, oh, I have a mother too. That hurt me. Okay, that's nice. It's symbolism. You gonna ride for the cause now? Exactly how long you riding though? Because other things are gonna happen in America that have nothing to do with us as Black people, and all of these groups and politicians don't be surprised they're gonna run to that very next thing. And people go, what about Black Lives Matter? What about George? What about the protests? What about Breonna Taylor? Like, do you realize how many protests and riots have happened with us Black Americans in the last 50 years? And some of the politicians have been in office for, like I said before, 3 or 4 of those decades. Like, they never tried to put another policy in for anything. We need police reform. And getting to the scare tactic that bothers me, my bad. If they defund the police, what are you going to do? What is who going to do? Like, if you want to be honest, they were overfunding the police anyways when they was giving them military equipment. What? From the war on terror on. What do they need? The stuff that they need, some of this equipment that they have for? They don't. But they don't say anything. I was looking at a picture earlier. They threw a flash, I think a flash grenade. It hit a toddler, burnt the toddler's face. I don't think anybody went there for that. Matt Ryan donated 5. He said, "Oh, that's dope. That is dope. I'm not gonna, and I'm gonna say something about that too. Thank you for pointing that out. There's no disrespect to white people. It's not really. It's not disrespect to Asians. It's not disrespect to Hispanics. When these people donate this money, this is what I mean by after the symbolism. Where did the money go though? See, a lot of these people popping up with all these organizations, all their rhetoric, all they talk about, we need to fight for the cause, donate money. Donate to who though? Who actually, like, if Matt Ryan donating money, is this money going to go to George Floyd's family, his kids, Breonna Taylor's family, if she got her kids, Ahmaud Arbery, if he got family or his children? Like, who is this actually going to? Or is this money you donate to an organization? Thanks, Wolf. Young Jay, what's happening? The people of color and police reform, exactly. What is money going to? Wolf, thanks, man. Like, you see Taz laughing. But for real, like, where is this money going to go to? Where? A college fund for people of color and LGBT rights? The George Floyd Foundation by somebody not related to George Floyd? You know what I'm saying? Because I know Kanye put one together for the daughter or something like that. But I don't trust all these other people because, let's be honest, a lot of these families, you don't make up organizations. Your family member dies and this organization comes, we got to fight for this and we got to fight for that and blah, blah, blah. Exactly. Where what's going on? Truth be told, okay. You made this money for this thing, okay. If you made say that Matt Ryan $500,000, could that buy a franchise? And that franchise and the daughter winds up, the daughter winds up getting paid monthly because of the franchise. It employs people, this, that, and the third, or it's just gonna go somewhere. But we're gonna have the symbolism. People gonna have the t-shirts out, put up the black fist, and after the symbolism, we don't know where did the cash go? Because this happens with all of the families for the most part when these things go on. It's not just a GoFundMe. Oh yeah, and the other part of the symbolism is I saw the thing with Candace Owens. They killed her GoFundMe for donating to a dude who was making statements. It's funny, these other groups of people, when somebody dies as black, people sure do raise a lot of money to troll out of spite. I'm giving $100,000 to the, what I'm saying? Who cares about him? He was a criminal fund. Yeah, yeehaw. Like, okay, all right, I see what's going on. I saw something today that blew me off. It was a Blue Lives Matter flag it was blue lives on the top half, like, you know, white, black, and blue. And on the bottom half, it was red, black, and green. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is that supposed to mean? What kind of symbolism is this? You for cops and for, you know, black people. I guess you're a black cop. I don't know. But if you got to do that, that should tell you something. Because I see it all the time when people put the stickers on their car and the flags on their car. And to me, it's like, okay, more symbolism and scapegoating, you know? Yeah, CJ, that's exactly what it is. You know, they ain't giving money to, right. They like, what are you doing with this stuff? You know, this is problematic to me in every sense of the word. Because now, like I said, it's symbolism for nothing. You know, even with the scare tactics about, oh, you know, one of the scare tactics is, you know, you black people need to stop doing this or you're gonna make us mad. And it's like, shut up, man. I'm gonna make you mad because I'm tired of getting treated unfairly. Are you crazy? And I could tell, like, it's in the air. Like, when I'm out, you could tell it's in the air that people, you know, and it's not just me, but the one thing I am seeing about my people is, like, we just look, in general, we're skeptical of all non-black people right now. Just like, you know what? Yeah, whatever, man. Oh, okay. And this, you know, it's America, and America's a melting pot, and the American dream, you know, it's over with. That's over with. You know, right? Those unemployment, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. And you know, like, let me get to this part that I gotta just speak about, even with the symbolism part. I saw the thing with Drew Brees. Everybody know, I was born in New Orleans. I'm a Saints fan, you know. But when I saw Malcolm Jenkins crying about it, I'm thinking to myself, why, bruh? Why y'all crying about this stuff? Like, you know, and he apologized and all that other stuff. And I understand, you know, black people and people in New Orleans got a real thing for Drew Brees, and I understand why. But when I thought about what he talked about, be like, Drew Brees did a lot for New Orleans. But when people think about him doing a lot for New Orleans, they're assuming he did a lot. When they say New Orleans, you're thinking about black people because it's predominantly black city. But if you go to New Orleans, every black area in New Orleans is underfunded. You know, when you go across the lake, cross the river, it's two different New Orleans. Where black people live at, you know, around the French quarters, and then you go across the lake where the white people live at. It's only one freaking Walmart in New Orleans. You go across that damn lake, damn, they got Dick's Sporting Goods, they got Checkers, they got Wingstop, they got Whole Foods. I didn't even know these things were in Louisiana. Like, everything that when you in New Orleans, you're like, where is this at? You know, it's not where us black people live at. Doing a lot of unsolved mysteries for us. It's crazy. Chuck, what's going on? You know, I mean, who knows, man? Man, LaShawn, I'm just saying. I did see. You know, yeah, I did see Shannon Sharp thing, but that's the thing about, you know, even like I seen him saying, okay, Drew Brees could fix this, and the thing about that, Drew Brees, he seems like the type of guy that will actually put in effort to change this, to turn the tide. But the thing about this is, we as black people are looking for a critical mass of white people to do this, and I just don't think it's in them. I think they're down for the symbolism. I do think that. I think they're down to make it look good, but I don't think the very same people are down. Like, when I saw Roger Goodell apologizing, we were wrong. You knew that 4-5 years ago, man. You know what I'm saying? What if Jerry Jones come out? You know what I'm saying? We take a knee for me, but you can't be taking a knee for this. And then Jerry Jones say, "Oh, now we're wrong." Like, I'm not trying to hear this, man. It's all smoke and mirrors. And America is running out of smoke, and all the mirrors is broken down. Like, the mirrors look like the end of that end of the Dragon movie with Bruce Lee when he was breaking all the mirrors to find old boy with the claw in his hand. Like, it's over with. You know, because all this, you know, I'm gonna be your friend until it's calmed down. And I think, you know, like the younger generation, people who are younger than me, you know, 20s, you know, I said mid-20s and down, maybe 30 and down. I definitely understand their energy and their sentiment. But even those people got to have to take into consideration that the people who are pushing the buttons on policies and the way society works, those people are old as hell. Those people's in their 50s, 60s, 70s, sometimes 80s. They never wanted to change the society. Some of the same people kneeling are saying, you know, whatever. Like, even when when Trump told Drew Brees, basically tried to check Drew Brees, you know, you know, we're gonna do it this way. Everybody know what that is. That's a G check. That's a, you know, that's a straight G check. You on our side, ride with us, I got you. It is what it is. You know. Oh yeah, down for the history, man. Yeah, that's the thing, man. But like, even with the symbolism part, I saw Master P talking about we gotta buy back the block. Like, it's interesting to hear like rappers and entertainers and rich black folks say we need to buy back the block when they didn't buy back the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's symbolism. I'm here for you. I'm gonna ride with you. Okay, well, buy a block then. Damn, I mean, that's all it takes. Buy a block, start your own business, buy a franchise, buy a strip center. Y'all bought, you know, it's weird to me for me to see some of my own people who are rich and affluential. They know how to buy a Bentley, they know how to buy a Lamborghini, they know how to buy a Rolls Royce, they know how to buy a Mercedes. You know what I'm saying? They know how to buy $30,000 watch, $100,000 watch, $1 million watch. You know what I'm saying? They know how to buy, you know, 50, you know, $2,000 pair of shoes. They know how to buy a $500 shirt. But then all of a sudden, they want to tell everybody else to buy back the block. I don't understand this. Why don't you buy back the block? Because if you notice, most celebrities, you know, they don't get into real estate. What's up with you, George? It's symbolism. We need to get in this together. Well, I mean, all of these rich folks who are rich black folks, you can't find no group of people to network with. You never could. That's what you're trying to tell me? You never could. All these athletes, y'all can't come together and create anything together. You never could. It's kind of interesting to me. Y'all can't come up with a soda. Y'all can't come up with with some popcorn. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't come up with what is it? What is the brother that made the Michael Johnson, the sprinter? He has his own like facility. So, you know, Floyd Mayweather's going to take all them Mayweather gyms and make them global, if I'm not mistaken. So he turned his thing into a franchise. What about all these other brothers? Like, you know, y'all tripping. Oh yeah. They do know how to waste money on ridiculous stuff. You know, they don't know how. You can't make a barbecue sauce. You can't do nothing. Like nothing. Yeah, hey, Soldier Boy came up with a few things. Yeah, I could get that. Like Ray J came up with earbuds. That's dope. We had some. You know what I'm saying? But all these celebrities, it's time to hire our own people. Well, cool. Hire some. Buy some land and hire your own people. people, if if you're gonna have a brick and mortar business or online business, have a business. But the symbolism, because we were talking about all these white corporations that want to say Black Lives Matter and whatnot. What about Black businesses matter? What about Black? Wait a minute, poor Arthur. Jesus Christ! Earlier today, last night, I got a Amber Alert for a little Black girl who was 7 months old in Irving. And now it's an Amber Alert for a Black boy who's 7 months old in Port Arthur. Who the heck is stealing babies? This is trifling, man. This is hella trifling. There it goes, Amber Alerts. God dog it. Serenity Berry and now Jason Roberts. Both 7 months old. I don't see no picture, but whatever. Yeah, because I don't expect that much from people who cry about award shows. That's true though. That's real. This is all a show. I'm down for the people. I'm down for the cause. The father, no, the one with the little girl. The one with the little girl. It was another woman that stole a baby. Like I just got the Amber Alert for the boy just now, but this morning, she was stole. The baby was taken from her mother by another woman. So I don't even understand. He didn't give anything to HBCU, but I can understand that. Ironically, with USC because, I don't think USC is real close to Compton, if I'm not mistaken. So I can see that's the college right there. But should he have donated to HBCUs? Absolutely. But that's the college in his area. The West Coast don't really have HBCUs, so that's his college per se. It's kind of messed up, but it is by proximity what it is. If he was from Tennessee or something, definitely I get it. Or Louisiana, I get it. But it is what it is. All of these things keep going on. I'm looking at all these guys, I got money, I got paper, I got this, I got that. And they don't never have they don't have businesses. That's the thing, Vic. I can't say some HBCUs are poorly run. And that's one of the problems. Because it's not the teachers, it's not the students. It's normally the upper management of the school who just does ignorant stuff. Because a lot of these HBCUs should be bigger than they are. And what I mean by that, they should have more facilities and better facilities. They got other colleges, that shouldn't have as much. That shouldn't have more than these HBCUs. They're smaller in size, smaller in population, but they have better stuff. The administration is crazy. They tripping. Which brings me to the after the symbolism. Are we gonna look out for each other like that after the symbolism? Are you gonna do right by Are we gonna do right by each other after the symbolism? Because if we're expecting America to do right by us after this is over with, I think we're sadly mistaken. I don't think that's gonna happen. And we need to stop being scared of what if white people walk away, the criminals are gonna run amok. Man, criminals will. Truth be told, how can I say this? First of all, the black criminal is a minority of our minority population. Second, we need to stop getting concerned about people who are 25 and under as if they run the whole show. We talk about kids in gangs and committing crimes who are like 12 up to 25, as if that's the entirety of the black community. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? So this idea of criminal element and the other scare tactic that I see with white people. You know, if they defund the police, what if somebody comes to break in my home in the middle of the night? Black people, we don't go to other people's neighborhoods breaking into their houses. Like, I never understood that. Cool, man, what's happening? I never understood the ideology of these non-black folks who just swear to God that what we do is we living in our neighborhood. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drive about, you know, if they... No, I mean, Deshaun, like, they could be 1A. That's the crazy part about it. Just take your division and make it 1A. That's it. People act like the SWAC and the MEAC just can't go 1A. Yeah, you can. All these other small colleges 1A. Like, population doesn't necessarily have anything to do with being 1A and 1AA. Because the bigger schools, Southern could be 1A, Grambling could be 1A just on the historical factor. You know, FAMU could be 1A. It's right across the street from, you know, probably TSU could be 1A. Like, Tennessee State probably be 1A. Like, by size, man, size, like, you know, Mississippi Valley is small. Jackson, Alabama, you know, Alabama A&M, Prairie View. Yeah, Prairie View could, you know, yeah, they own one. But let me get back to that. But getting back to that, like, I don't understand what these people are with this idea that, you know, oh yeah, if somebody's want to break into my home, and it's implied like it's gonna be some black dude who's gonna drive 30 miles out of the way, and he know exactly where you live, and he know exactly what's in your house, and your greatest fear is this black dude gonna drive all the way to your neighborhood, and you know, in his Caprice Classic, and bust in your house in the middle of the night and beat you to death and rape you, like, and then take all your money. Like, where does this happen besides a movie? And it don't even happen in movies. You know, we don't go out of our way to do stuff like that. Sorry to break the news to people. It's just a made up fantasy. Normally what happens is white folks rob other white folks. And then when they get robbed, they blame black folks. That's what normally happens. White folks rob other white folks and blame black folks. That's how it normally goes. You know, that's what normally happens. They let everybody else in their house, you know, but it's our fault. I got robbed, you know, by who? By some black dude. Where? He was the cable man, and he came in and he took a Picasso out of my living room. Like, stupid stuff, you know. But these are the scare tactics that go on with these shenanigans. You know, unpunished. Yeah, unpunished. So when people say, oh man, if they're going to defund the police force, they're not underfunding them. They just taking some money out of the way. I mean, truth be told, you know, look, what made this situation worse was when that video went viral of that African dude, well, I'm guessing was African, the FBI little thing, you know, when he was, you look like somebody. Like, a lot of brothers have seen this all the time where you look like somebody. You look like somebody. And I've seen so many videos where cops roll up on somebody, you look like somebody. I think you got a warrant. And here's the thing, straight up, if you look like somebody, show me. Let me see your ID. No, let me see the picture. Because a lot of this, you look like somebody, they ask you your name, ask you, are you somebody? You tell them no. They say, yeah, you do look like him. Show me what he looked like. Show me his name. Because I'm not going to tell you my name for you to make it my name. So, no, show me who this guy is. Come to the car with me. Nope. You know, they're not, that cat, they ain't going to, I mean, restructure and do what? You know, a lot of this has to do with, a lot of these people are ran thin because, truth be told, how can I put this? You need crime to keep the police force. And crime has been going down in American society over the last 30, 40 years. So to have as many cops, policing the areas while crime is going down is kind of asinine. How many crimes are you seeing? How often do you actually hear police sirens? And with all the drugs and crime in America, with all the drugs in America, you notice you rarely see people get busted for drugs. And what I mean by that is high quantities. You rarely hear somebody with a major drug bust. So you mean to tell me you've had this war on drugs in America for the last 35, 40 years, but you rarely come up on a major drug bust? Rarely. Every criminal organization, you got every picture, every name, the whole command chain. You got the city that they're from, the state that they're from, the country that they're from. Great Black Shark, what's happening? Chuck, what's happening? The state that they're from, how they smuggle from one country to the next, what they smuggling, who's making what in your city, your county, your area, but you can't never catch nobody. Never. You can only get a kilo here, 2 kilos there, you know what I'm saying? Oh wow, a couple of pounds here. Like this is stupid. The Lou Gossett fade is on point, player. But this is where we at in society. It's all these scare tactics. The reason why, black men in particular, all these people, let me rewind this. When did America stand with black men in the first place? Because it seems like this time a brother died, now the American black men, America and the world is standing with black men like, yeah, and even some of the women are tripping like, well, what happens why y'all don't get this much attention when women die? It's like, that's not the case, but it happens so much more frequently to men that they just don't have you don't have a laundry list of names. So many black men get killed in these situations that you forget the names. You know what I'm saying? Breonna Taylor gonna stand out. Sandra Bland gonna stand out. These brothers, I forgot Oscar Grant's name like a week ago. Because it goes on too long. Is it right? If Drugs Inc. show the whole process and can't nobody get arrested, that's stupid. It don't make no sense. So these are the problems and problematic situations. What's up, Larry? This is a lot of scare tactics, because a lot of these, I've talked ad nauseum about this country being in debt. And let me bring this back a little bit. Older white people do not want to give up this country, okay? So even if younger white people want fairness in this country, their parents and grandparents, they're not trying to have it. They're not going, they're not going to let it slide. They're going, unless you got that little racist itch in you, you might not inherit anything. You might get skipped over to be for the family member who has that little bit of, that little bit of David Duke in them. So, even if you want to fight for fairness, you got to understand, because there are white people who say they're oblivious to what's going on in this country. They're completely liars. They're liars. Even the people of color who play that game. It's symbolism. We need to stand with our black and brown people. And I can't blame all the time people of color as much as I could blame us, because we keep including everybody in the quote unquote struggle for symbolism. You know, they don't get nothing out of that. They are the cool. Yeah. Thanks, Chuck. You know, that's a problem. Miss Witt, my bad. What's happening? You know, like this is when people say it's systematic. You know, it's systematic because the people in the system want to keep it that way. I was looking at a thing this morning before I went jogging on Vice where they had them talking about the Confederate flag. And they had this white lady talking about, you know, the Confederate flag stands for our heritage and la, la, la. You know, after the Civil War, blacks and whites, we built up the South together. And somebody in the comment section said, when that lady said that, I was like, oh, so she didn't forgot about Jim Crow that quick. I could have rocked with it until she said that comment, like, you know, well, when blacks and whites were building up the South together during Jim Crow. Like, come on. Like, they were blacks who fought on the Confederate side. Yes, they were. But some of them blacks had a gun to their back, too. Wasn't just like, oh, I'm going to fight for the Confederates. It was like, hey, you know, if you don't fight, we're going to kill you. Like, oh, okay. Guess I ain't got a choice. People forget about all the people who defected, you know, to be like in merchant marines and fight for Britain and fight for the North and all that other stuff because, you know, they just needed an opportunity to escape. But we're going to play this game. You know, man, I hear you on that, LaShawn. You know, inclusive instead of exclusive. Yeah, exactly. This is a problem. Because when the symbolism is over, what are we going to do? You know? Because, you know, ironically, what's going to happen in, you know, one of the dopest people I gotta give credit to is Trayvon Martin's brother. Because when his brother died, it sparked him to become a lawyer. After the symbolism is over, his brother finna be on the scene. I can guarantee you that. He got ample reason to be a lawyer. And he's gonna, you know, be one of those people that's gonna be on people's heads in the courtroom. Because he saw that firsthand. You know, but what about George Floyd's daughter? You know, what happens when she turns 15 and 20 and 25? Are we gonna still be at the same place that we are today? You know, after her father's passing? Are we still gonna be asking for fairness and equality and equity and this, that, and the third? I don't, you know, that's the problem. I mean, classism, you know, we need to have some classism now, to be perfectly honest, because we need to have different classes. You know, the question is, like, one of the dopest things I did see, I'm starting to see more kids declare that they go into HBCUs who were athletes. And that means a lot because when more kids who are good athletes start going to HBCUs, you know, it's gonna generate more tickets and fans and money to the school. And it ain't really the tickets. I take that back. Football across America, no matter where you at, them games is packed. You know what I'm saying? If you win in them games, is packed. I remember when I was going to Southern, they had no problem filling up stadiums. No problem. So the school was always getting money from ticket sale revenue because football has no problem. Now basketball is a bit different. You know, basketball and HBCUs is where they lose money. You know, sometimes track and baseball, those type of things. But football stadiums is packed every week. They're in the small country towns. You know, ain't nothing to do anyways on Saturday night. They there. It's live. Don't ever think that, you know, LSU got 100,000 people. Southern got about 70,000 people. Just every week. That's how it is. So, You know, that's just part of the program. But when I started seeing these young brothers saying, I'm transferring from this predominantly white institution to this HBCU, or this HBCU is on the table, you know, now you're starting to see a change in not just symbolism but tactics. Like, I don't want to go to these schools. I don't want to go because I don't want to deal with it. You know, I don't. That could kill a man. It's gonna be a problem if they do. Dang. Okay. Oh shit. These are problematic things. But getting back to the other part about this is, I take into consideration sometimes. All right. I'm getting a message, so y'all gotta excuse me. Hold on. Hold on. My bad. Let me get live for a little quick second. David, what's popping? You know, now the bulk of this, I should have started saying this earlier. After the symbolism and the scare tactics stop, because David was talking about the policies, we got to get on, because America, as Edward Anderson said earlier, America don't know what to do right now. All these politicians, they don't know what to do. They scrambling, especially on the Democratic side. They scrambling like, I need you. I'm down with you. I got your back. I love you. Look at me. I'm on the knee. I got some kente cloth. Look at me. I swear to God, one of these days I'm gonna actually do something for you. I might have a black woman running with me on my presidential campaign. We rocking with you. I love you. I'm gonna kiss you. You know, I'm about to break dance. Come on, please vote. See that right there? Them shenanigans. See, after the symbolism stops and the scare tactics over, you got to ask the simple question. What's up, Topaz? You got to ask a simple question like, what are you going to, forget what are you going to do in the future? Why haven't you done this already? Because America been kicking the can on these issues forever and a day. I remember watching DJ Vlad like a week ago, and DJ Vlad said he was wrong on his stance about reparations. I think he was talking to D.L. Hewley, because he said, you know, I didn't think the country could just pop up with money like that. But after they just put them stimulus checks out there like that, I was like, oh, wow, they do got money like that. It's like, absolutely. You know, this is a fiat currency. You could just print the money up. People act like they just can't print money up. They print money up all the time. They burn money all the time. They shred money all the time. You know, it's stupid. The breakdance said, yeah, this is where we at. What are you going to do outside of that? Nothing. Is it? Us as black people, why do we need to? What has voting done for us yet? Who have we voted for that did something positive for us? Really? See, part of this, what I mean about after symbolism is this. So if somebody says they're gonna do something for us, we got to think about what's gonna happen after that. Because see, when people say they're gonna do stuff for us, it's always we need to read the fine print. Read the fine print in the beginning. If they're gonna say, oh man, we're gonna put more government programs in place for you, read the fine print in the beginning. Who these government programs gonna help this time? We're gonna change the policy. Okay, the policy is gonna be for this. Okay, who is this gonna benefit? Is it gonna benefit us or benefit somebody else? Or this is, because when it gets to actual money and policy, that's when all lives matter. See, forget when it comes to money and policies, that's when all lives matter. Because if the money and the policy wants to be started by us, and it be like, we need this money, these policies, because Black Lives Matter. When they start printing out the money, this is all lives money. This is all lives. What you call that policy? And this is all lives legislation. Ain't trying to hit it. this legislation is going to affect the black community in this way. Really? Is it going to affect it? What's the negative way it's going to affect this? What's the negative way? What do you mean? We don't know yet. How you don't know yet? Y'all got all these entities and institutions that know all this stuff, and y'all got all these brainstorming tables. What's up, Epic? My bad, Eric. What's going on? Y'all got all these councils, and we putting that on white people to a degree. What about us as black people? When we say we want something, once we go to the table, okay, this is what we want, and we want to make sure if this is what we want, you can't put this in there, you can't put that in there, you can't put this in there. If this happens, we need it's gonna be some kind of reparations, not reparations, but repercussions. If this law works for us, it's gonna work for us. Period. Everybody else can't use this law and it works for them, because guess what? Native Americans don't have to pay taxes if they're full-blooded, if I'm not mistaken. That's just a law for them. Nobody else can benefit off of that. Nobody else. The wet foot, dry foot, that's only for Cubans. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else can benefit off of that. Nobody else. We want to play this game, but okay, let's do it. When they gave reparations to black farmers, it wasn't Black America they gave reparations to, it was black farmers, because they locked black farmers out of the food industry. We're using racist tactics and policies. So the reparations was for nobody else. How you give black farmers billions of dollars, but you still can't make sure that their products could be sold anywhere? They growing food for no particular purpose. That don't make no sense. This is what we need, to be perfectly honest. After the symbolism and scare tactics, I really think we need Trump in office all 8 years. All 8. So we could just, okay, this is what it is. Because obviously we didn't learn a lesson with Bush. We didn't learn the lesson, every time when Clinton got in, the country made money, but those policies did us in. And matter of fact, let me speed this up. After the symbolism and scare tactics, what's going to happen when your kids go back to school? How you think the teacher's going to treat your kids? You think the teacher's going to treat your kids like Black Lives Matter? That's what you think? You think they're going to grade they test papers like Black Lives Matter? That's what you think? Money Mitch, what's happening? That's what you think? You think they're going to put in a good word like Black Lives Matter? Oh, okay. That's what you think, huh? You think some of these coaches are going to figure out a way to bench your kid because all lives matter? You ever thought about that? Have you thought some of these schools are going to mess with these kids' grade point averages and GPAs and this, that, and the third, their college admissions, because all lives matter? After the symbolism is over, because there's going to be a backlash. You better believe it. You better believe it. How you just bring up Mitch? How you just bring up TSU just out of the blue? But this is where we at. You think Black lives gonna matter when your teenage is turned 16, or he wants to get a job, or the kids fresh out of college and they looking for a job? You think the hiring gonna say Black Lives Matter? That's what you think? That's what we on right now. It's just symbolism. It's just talk. How many times has this country went back to business as usual? Even if the youth say it's not business as usual, them old folks gonna say it's business as usual. Because activism isn't an industry. Activism isn't like technology. It isn't like engineering. It isn't like agriculture. You know what I'm saying? It isn't like construction. Activism isn't an industry that does something for society person. You know what I'm saying? Besides, we're trying to tell you to make it fair. Activism is It's only a business when you're stealing somebody's money. You know, you got to remember when they stole money, when Haiti had the thing, they stole money. Katrina happened, people stole money. You know, one of the biggest things I remember that happened with Katrina, when they had the people from New Orleans, the athletes, the entertainers, the rich folks, when they realized people were stealing money, when they was like, okay, if I give you $1 million, who is going to go to? That's none of your business. Oh, well, I ain't giving you $1 million. I'm going to just take $1 million worth of material down there. You know what I'm saying? So this is just symbolism. You know, because these entities don't mean you no good. But I'm gonna get up out of here. Just spoke my piece for a little bit. So, and I've been on here an hour. I don't want to go over that. I got other things I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna say it on another occasion. So y'all have a good one. Catch you later. Enjoy your day, your night, your family. Peace.